Are you like me, always out on the prowl looking for a good deal on high protein finds to help you on your fat loss journey? Well, if so, then you're in the right place today, because I'm out here in the wild to see if all these big announcements that they made last week is the real deal, or is it just another publicity stunt? So keep watching. Hey, good people, and welcome back to the channel. I am Belinda J, just your everyday 55-year-old perimenopausal woman who is trying to bring hope to other perimenopausal women who just woke up one day and their belly looked like a busted can of biscuits. Well, mine did several months ago, and over the past 7, 8, how many months is it now? 7 or 8 months, I've been able to get rid of my busted can of biscuits in a very short period of time by making food swaps and eating a high protein diet. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're not, you're old subscriber, then hey girl, hey. So if you missed it last week, meaning the beginning of June, Aldi made a huge announcement that they were putting over 400 of their top items on sale, upwards of 33% off from June the 5th all the way to Labor Day. So if you've been watching me for any time, you know, honey, I love me some Aldi. And today is grocery shopping day for just a few items. So I am very interested to see if it's the real deal. Did the prices really drop, or is it a publicity? I don't know why I'm having trouble. Publicity stunt. 33% is a lot, and I did make an Aldi video probably about 6 months ago, so I do have a lot of those prices still in my head, and my every week shopping, I know what the prices are, so I'm really interested to see if they truly are being reduced, or is it just going back to what they normally were, you know, before all the price hikes. Now, if you are new to a fat loss journey and you don't know where to get started, then definitely look in the description box below. I do have a free download. It's called the Fat Loss Quick Start Guide that'll help you get up and running. So let's get in this store and see what's going on with all these price drops they're talking about. So as soon as I get in, they do have a price drop on these nuts. Looks like about 30 cents savings, but you have to just really be careful on these nuts to make sure that they don't have a lot of, you know, the bad stuff, like all the candies and stuff like that. But starting off saving 30 cents. It's not 33%, but it's something. Now, these are actually missing, so that lets me know a lot of people have come and got them, but this is a really good one. It's going from $3.49 to $2.69 on the zero net carb wraps. That would be really good if you're not gluten intolerant. Okay, so far I'm just seeing things that are reduced, or price drops are not anything that's going to help us on the fat loss journey. There's just a bunch of chips that's reduced, so let's keep our fingers crossed and see if there's something else. Now, this is not necessarily a high protein find, but if you are looking for a chip, because if you're eating pretty good 80% of the time, then yes, of course, eat a chip when you want. They have these now. This is a new item I've never seen, the kettle chips with avocado oil. The numbers on the back look pretty good. The carb, of course, is 16. Fiber is 2. So that's a net 14 grams per serving per 1 ounce. Protein is only 2 grams, but look at the ingredients. It's just potatoes, avocado oil, and Himalayan salt. So even though this is not a price drop, that price drop doesn't go with that. That definitely still is a good Aldi find for a chip if you're looking for a cleaner alternative. Okay, here's a high protein find that we can save a few cents on. It's 98 cents now. These pinto beans, these dark red kidney beans, when we look at the nutrition on those, then we do have 7 grams of protein. A bean is definitely a good source of protein. Now they do have these baked beans, which are a price drop, but I'm pretty sure those have a lot of added sugars, and they do. So you can really make your own without all the extra added sugars. Okay, here's our good price drop for our fat loss high protein. We're saving a whopping 20 cents, but almond flour is really good if you're making dessert alternatives. I use it for that purpose when I just want to make a mug cake. It's very low in carbs, only 3 grams per serving and 3 grams of protein. We can up our protein in the desserts that we make by adding collagen, a high protein milk, or maybe even a protein powder. But that's a really good price drop. If you're looking for sweetener alternatives, they do have the stevia here. How much are we going to be saving? A whopping 20 cents. So over, over the whole budget. We may get $1 here and there, but hey, 20 cents is 20 cents. So stevia, once again, is whenever you want to add those desserts or things that call for sugar. I use this. Sometimes people say it's controversial, but make up your own mind. But I definitely will use stevia occasionally at $4.49 price drop. This is not necessarily a high protein find, but they do have a price drop on some of their spices, the organic ones. I know this is a good price for organic spices. $1.79 for garlic powder. We have ground cinnamon, cumin, $1.79. We're saving a whopping 6 cents. Okay, they've dropped the price on these pecans for the small. We're saving about 10 cents on the chopped, and on the halves, we're at $4.99, saving about 30 cents. So that's a good drop for Aldi, but I can definitely beat that price in Costco. Moving on down here to the walnuts. Walnuts have dropped as well. Another 10 cents for this bag is 4 cups. And then on the smaller ones, it's dropped what, a dime? Seems like these used to be cheaper, but hey, a drop is a drop, right? Now here is a 30-cent price drop on the Aldi brand of protein pancake mix. So you're going to get 15 grams of protein in the buttermilk and 13 grams in the chocolate chip. But even if you have this basic one, you can add a scoop of protein in it to get more than this. But it's just totally up to you. I've gotten a couple of questions or comments about the recipes that I have put out there and added protein powder to, that they were really terrible. But what the problem is not that the recipe is not good. The problem is that you probably have a terrible quality of protein. Like for me, I always make sure that I'm using a vegan based protein with ingredients that I can read. And that's what I would suggest to you as well whenever you are making your recipes or even drinking it in smoothies. Make sure that the protein that you're using is a good quality protein. A good quality protein does not always equate to being expensive. There's a lot of moderately priced proteins out there with clean ingredients that you can read and pronounce. So I would suggest the next time that you make one of my recipes that calls for adding a scoop of protein, that you make sure that it's a protein that doesn't have chemicals. In the cheese section, if you're okay with eating shredded cheese, they do have, this has dropped 10 cents on the Mexican blend, as well as, what else is over here? I think that's about it. Just the Mexican blend, $2.69. We are going to get 30-cent savings on this white cheddar. So instead of $2.49, it's for $2.19 in this block style. So that may be a really good price drop there. I do eat this a lot, the pepper jack, the sliced pepper jack. Price drop going to $1.75, saving 10 cents. So I think I'm going to get a pack of this. They have reduced their lunch meats down by about 10 cents per pack. Remember, whenever you're eating any of these, that you want to look at the sodium content and choose the one with the lowest sodium, or don't eat them at all. I mean, I do eat them occasionally, like if I'm on the go or something and I need a quick protein bite, I will grab some lunch meat, but it's definitely going to be the low sodium, very low sodium ones that I get. So it looks like on all the lunch meats, you're saving about 10 cents. Another thing I want to bring your attention to whenever you are purchasing lunch meats is you want to stay away from lunch meats that have that carrageenan ingredient. That ingredient is found in not only lunch meat, but in some protein powders and a lot of other things as well. I'm going to post it on the screen and you can research it for yourself, but I try and stay away from any product that has that ingredient in it. See, like here's what I was talking about earlier, that carrageenan on the front. You would think, oh my God, this is a great Aldi find, 30 grams of protein in this protein builder. But when you look on the back and you read the ingredient there, you see that carrageenan again, like I said, is a questionable ingredient. I think other countries don't even allow it in their foods, but you've got to get in the habit of reading your labels. Also want to show you something, even though this is not necessarily on sale, whenever you're thinking, oh my gosh, salmon is a great high protein, and this one has some seafood stuffing in it. So it's so important that you read the labels on this, because you see the sodium is almost 40% of your daily allowance, and it has a lot of carbs as well as a lot of questionable, probably, ingredients. So if you really want to make stuffed salmon with your own stuffing, then I would advise you to make your own and not just take this stuff at face value, because that's a lot of salt and sodium in this one little serving of salmon. Now here is what I'm talking about when you have a price drop, $1 off of this Simply Nature 85% organic grass-fed beef. That's a really good price on that, even though you may want to go leaner, like $93.7, but I think this is a really good price on that beef right there. Here's a price drop on these seasoned chicken skewers. You're saving like 50 cents. What's that, $7.49? Yeah, we can make our own, but if you want the convenience of these kebabs, now they're already seasoned. But let's take a look here at the sodium. Not too bad. But yeah, you definitely want to get in here and read the ingredients for yourself. Okay, they're little petite sirloins. It says it has a new low price. They're down to $7.99. Actually, these used to be $6.99 a pound. Then they went up to $8.99, and I guess they're back down to $7.99. So if you're looking for some petite steak, then this is a good find for right now. There never any family pack chicken. It used to be $3.99 a pound. It's dropped down to $3.49 a pound, and these are the cage free. So that's a pretty good price. Okay, this is a good price drop here. We're saving about 20 cents off of these yogurts, the plain Greek yogurt here. Let's look at the ingredients. Pretty decent ingredients, 15 grams of protein per serving. So that's a good one. Good price drop. Now this is Aldi's version of Fairlife. It's not a price drop, but it's probably about $1 to $1.50 lower than Fairlife. It is their 2% ultra filtered lactose free milk. And when you look at the numbers, it has 14 grams of protein in it. And the sugars is 7 grams of sugar, but none are added. It's a little high in sugars for a cup, but I don't usually drink a cup, but it's definitely very equivalent to Fairlife. This seems to be a good price drop. It's $1.10 price drop on the heavy whipping cream dairy alternative, but you definitely would want to come and read the ingredients. I'm not going to get any because I usually use real whipping cream, but this is a new product that I think that Aldi has for those of you who are dairy free and looking for an alternative. Come check it out. This is not necessarily a price drop. It's just on the Aldi's fine aisle at $1.59. It says 20 grams of protein in these plant-based ramen noodles. Looking at the ingredients, ooh, look at that sodium. Good Lord. 11.20, but I guess if you cut out the salt pack, it may be worth it. But just thought this was really interesting on the Aldi Fine aisle. But definitely want to monitor that. Remember, monitoring that sodium, sugars. We want high fiber, high protein. So don't be fooled because you see a big 20 grams of protein on it. You definitely have to read your labels. Okay, they do have a price drop on their protein bars, which is maybe about 30 cents on those. These Max bars are going for $4.39. They're supposed, I forget the company that has these 4 ingredient bars, but they're reduced. But let's look at the numbers. Sodium's pretty good. Sugars, 17 grams. There's no added sugar, but this is a blueberry, 12 grams of protein. So if you're looking for that, they have the puffs that have been reduced by 10 whole cents. And then they do have some other protein bars that have a price drop as well, probably anywhere from 10 to 20 cents. Okay, I'm getting to the end of my shopping, and so is it worth it to come in and view all the price drops that Aldi made during their big announcement? Well, let me show you what I picked up, and then I'll let you decide. So this is what I picked up: a pack of chicken breasts, chicken thighs, some of this beef, the steaks, some zucchini, some cheese, some spinach, egg whites, some more pepper jack cheese, my basil seasoning, some of that filtered milk, a watermelon, toilet tissue, and eggs. Well, that's it for this video. No need to rush out to see if you're going to save a whole lot of money, 33%. I don't know what 33% came from with Aldi because it was not on all the products that I saw. But like I said, hey, it is some things that have been reduced, but not really worth a special trip. So if you found this video to be informative, entertaining, then definitely consider giving it a like, a share, or a subscribe, and stay tuned for future videos because in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be making a very big announcement that I think you'll want to be a part of. Well, until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.